Hello everybody. Today we're going to do a owner's review of a 2004 Jeep Liberty with the 3.7 liter motor. I've been meaning to do this video for a while. I actually filmed one yesterday, but the sun glares was so bad that I have to redo it and correct all the mistakes I made. Looks like the sun glare is going to be bad today. It was supposed to be more cloudy, but you can't control the weather. So let's do the pro and cons of this thing. The pros are that 3.7 liter puts out about 210 horsepower, 235 foot-pounds of torque. Pretty good. You can easily get the rear tires, even with the big knobbies on there. They'll bust them loose in the slightest of the wet pavement. I love the 4x4. That's probably its best feature. And its turning radius. It has a really nice turning radius. I mean, I could literally almost do a U-turn in the street behind, or out in front of the house here. And yeah, it looks pretty good too. It's not the ugliest thing out on the road. Now, for the cons. The cons on this thing are it gets horrible gas mileage. 16 to 20 miles per gallon if you're lucky. I think I got as high as 23 one time. And you get this horrible wind noise coming out of the windows here on the passenger and driver side, where the wind buffets right up through here and you have the windows down. It is starts about 40-45 mile an hour on up. It never really goes away after that. The next one I have on my list here is it's hard to change the oil on it as far as getting to the oil filter. It's hidden right down under the front here, and you kind of have to stick your arm up there and contortion around. I made another video about it. If you want to see how hard it is to get to that thing, you can see an oil change video I did. And yeah, the next one I'll have to show you on my list here is really small back seats. I mean, it's made for kids. I mean, an adult can't get back here. I'm about 5'10", 5'11", and I'm literally scrunched in here, my knees touching the seat in front of me. Oh man, yeah, it is really hard to get out of there. Okay, let's see. Cargo area is really tiny on this thing, and this was the other thing that was on my list for things wrong with this. See, the back window won't go up all the way. The hood struts and the back struts here have literally worn out. They won't stay up, so you end up bopping your head and do it a lot. But it is kind of a small, I don't have to rest this on my head here. It's kind of a small cargo area. I mean, it's probably 2 feet, 3.5 feet. And then sometimes, let's see if it'll do it today. I did it yesterday and I cut it out of the video, but when you go to close this, it'll, oh, it actually latched that time. Sometimes it won't hit the latch. Oh, the other thing I don't like about it is the rear seats do not lay flat. So you end up with a big ramp. And if you try to put anything in there you need to lay flat, it won't do it. You get a little rough ride. Of course, it's a 4x4, it's a Jeep, it's not a luxury car. Now I will show you the engine and the hood struts in a few minutes, but things that I've had go wrong with this thing. Let's see, about 40,000 miles I had the master cylinder go out on it, It just didn't go out. It actually locked the driver's side front wheel up. Didn't lock it up, but it pressed the pads into the rotor, causing them to just rub constantly. And yeah, a lot of smoke came out of it going down the highway at about 65 miles an hour when it happened. All 4 of the window regulators in this thing, all Jeeps apparently have this issue of the regulators going bad on them. They it's like a little plastic tube that the ring, the worm gear rides back and forth in. It's just so cheap and brittle, and it's curled up in there, and it just after a time it snaps. If you think not putting your windows up and down, just running around with them up all the time, they still go brittle and break. I mean, I had one just driving down the road and all of a sudden just dropped on me. I came out one morning and found one down where it just overnight busted loose and flooded the back seat because it happened to rain that night too. Lucky me. The next thing was a heater blower motor resistor, which is hidden back up under the glove box. It was not the funnest thing in the world to replace, but you have to open the glove box, take the glove box basically out, drop it down, and then it screws back up under it. I guess I can't show you that. I got my registration laying right there. But yeah, it went out. I had like on my heater and air conditioner blower, I had like 2 and 4, and I replaced it. Now I have 1, 2, and 4, but the 3-speed is no longer working. So half a dozen one sticks to the other, I guess. There's currently a CD stuck in the CD player. It's been there, can't figure out how to get it out. Checked all kinds of places, can't figure out how to get it out. And it just, and now when I get in it, the actual disc light that says there's a disc in there flashes on off, so it's not even reading the CD in there anymore. The other thing that has gone out on it, there are 4 O2 sensors on this thing. 2 of them are like up here on the exhaust going out, and the other 2 are way down under the vehicle. You can probably see it under there, but luckily it was this one on the driver's side right by the front that went out. Made it really easy to replace once I got everything to replace it with. But man, if it was the ones up there high into the engine block, it would have been a nightmare. Alright, I am going to go away here for a second and be right back after I open the hood and show you that the front hood struts don't hold the hood up either. Alright, we're back. Yeah, you notice I got the hood held up by an old broom handle. Don't know if anybody knows anything about airplanes, but it's a Diamond Canada. And so this is your basic, this is the 3.7 liter. I've never seen a 2.4 liter. They say they make them. I have never seen one anywhere ever. I'll just start on the left side here. Air intake. Air breather's nice and easy to get to. Change the air filter. Windshield washer fluid's nice and easy to get to. Radiator overflow fill. Nice and easy. Oil filler. There's your alternator, air compressor for your AC. Oil dipstick, 2004, so it still has a transmission dipstick. I hate new cars that don't have those. Your power steering is fairly easy to reach in there. You do, if it's hot and the radiator hose is hot, you'll have a little issue. Master cylinder's easy, brakes easy. There's all your fuse blocks and breaker boxes and everything. I've never had to change the headlights on these, but my understanding is you have to take this whole front grill off, and you have to remove the actual this part and then slide it out. I think they said there is a way if you're a contortionist and can squeeze your hand down and around and all through there. You know, on this side the same way. You can change the headlights without taking that all out, but I don't think I could do that. Can't see the oil filter from up here, but it is way down in there and not easy to get to. Like I said, it's a good styled engine, never had any problems with the engine. It's just a gas hog. It's not easy to change the spark plugs on them. You got to take this latch off, undo this, and pull the whole little coil pack out. And then you got to have a really long extension that goes like 12 inches down in there, and I've never messed with that yet. I really do need to do the tune up on it, but honestly, I don't drive this thing that much because of all the other issues it has with it. I'm just, you know, always having windows fall out and things like that. Not trying to knock the vehicle, but would I buy another one? No, I would not buy another Jeep Liberty. Knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have bought this one. And the hood struts on the front. Like I was telling you about the back windows, the front ones don't hold the hood up. I can demonstrate by grabbing the handle right here. I will lift up and remove it, and boom, man, you imagine what that'd do to your hand? That would mess you up. And I did smash my hand in it once. It actually was staying up at the time, and I hung a trouble light on it because I was checking the oil in the garage and it was dark, and that trouble light came down and smacked right there, scratched, put a little scratch in, and caught one of my hand, caught my pinky, and didn't feel too good. Didn't feel good at all. But that's pretty much it. I can't give much more of a review than that. I could show you all the gross details of the inside, but you know, everybody's seen radios, everybody knows how AC works, everybody knows the interiors are made out of plastic on all the new cars. It's old enough, it doesn't have all the, you know, Bluetooth and satellite nav and touch screens and all that stuff in there. It's an old school radio. That's it, man. It's my take on the Jeep Liberty. Like I said, I would never buy another one, but I do love the 4x4 and turning radius.